So I was thinking recently, there's really one reason why eBay is still relevant and will probably be relevant for years to come. And we're going to talk about that on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flippin' Ain't Easy. And today I just wanted to chat with you guys about the state of eBay. And while I have a lot of things to gripe about, there's one reason why I think that eBay is going to be with us for a while, and why a lot of people approach me and say, hey, you know, what about a new site popping up here? And what about the prospects of an upcoming site here and there? You know, we saw this with Whatnot last year. That was supposed to overtake eBay. You have sites like Poshmark that pop up. We're supposed to be a really huge threat to eBay's place when it comes to reselling clothing and shoes. And while there is still a very large market share for Poshmark, eBay, I think, is still the king when it comes to selling clothing and shoes. Now, the same thing was pretty much thought about Mercari when Mercari popped up, and that had a lot of people thinking that maybe it was the end of eBay. Of course, no one ever thought that with Bonanza, because Bonanza is just a horrible site, and we'll get to that here in a second. You have like Facebook Marketplace. What were people saying about Facebook Marketplace just a couple years ago? That it's going to overtake eBay. And while the prospects were there for that to happen, it really never did. And there's a number of reasons for that. And I guess the question is, why does eBay still like one of the best sites to sell on? And it's not because of the innovation. It's not because they take care of their sellers as good as they should. It's because of one thing, and that is traffic. And that's why Amazon trumps them all, because there's like 10 times the amount of traffic on Amazon than eBay has. But it's not as easy to sell your stuff on Amazon, which is why it's a lot harder to deal with that platform. That's why a lot of people are still stuck on eBay. And for a lot of you, you've tried cross-listing, and I've introduced cross-listing. I can't just sit up here and say that, you know, these sites are trash unless I've tried them myself. And I'm not saying that they're trash. They're a very good way to supplement your eBay selling business. And that's what we do, okay? So we deal with maybe a handful of sales on Mercari when everything's right. At least it doesn't seem like things are right lately with Mercari, but when things are right, it seems like we get about a handful of sales on Mercari. We get almost a daily sale on Poshmark when it comes to the shoes that we have listed. And as compared to eBay, I mean, I think eBay's like, 5 to 10x those sites. And for us and for what we do, the type of stuff that we sell, which is pretty much everything, you see shoes behind me. But I got to tell you guys, eBay has the traffic. So we can think about, what ifs. What if another site was to come along and, have all these features? And I get a lot of people that email me. I mean, a lot, not just one or two, but there's quite a few that email me. And while I won't go into the emails or anything that they tell me about, I certainly temper my expectations when someone tells me about, a new site or platform. Talk about Bonanza, right? Bonanza. I think Bonanza actually has a better interface. I mean, I think most people that really enjoy eBay the way it used to be would really like Bonanza. And the main reason is because they can accept PayPal payments, and there's no managed payments processor that's controlled by Bonanza or the company. It's a third-party payment processor, which is PayPal, like you guys, you veterans out there, remember. And for that's appealing to a lot of people. But the problem is they don't get really any traffic. I looked at my traffic report. They basically take all your stuff from eBay, put it on their site, okay? And it's like a fraction of the views and the impressions that I get on Bonanza for my items as compared to eBay. And that's concerning. The thing is, I would love for Bonanza to be the platform, right? To be the new thing that takes over eBay. Ain't ever going to happen. Okay, you may get one sale a month on there if you're lucky. It's kind of the pace that I'm on ever since that I went on there, and it's to the point where I don't even look really anymore on Bonanza because I know I'm not going to get a sale. And unfortunately, when you do get one, you don't notice it for a day or two until after it's late. So what's the point of this video? The point of this video really is to remind everyone that while eBay has its problems, I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon because it has that name recognition above and beyond Amazon. When people cannot find what they're looking for there, their next place that they usually will look for is eBay. They might do a Google search, but a lot of times when they do that Google shopping search, it'll point them right to eBay when they're looking for that thing that maybe Amazon has, or maybe it's priced too high on Amazon. I'm not leaving eBay anytime soon. And unfortunately, and I hope this message doesn't come across the wrong way, because there is a point at where sellers will stop selling on the platform when eBay takes advantage of the sellers just too much. Now, they're not quite there yet, but with their fees requiring sellers to, if you want to be successful, you have to play the promoted listings game on a very high level. I think that's turning a lot of sellers off that would be on the platform. Now, I guess the other side of the coin could be said, well, fine, let the sellers leave. The more sellers that leave the platform, that traffic's still going to be there, and it's going to mean more sales for me. I don't know how you guys feel about eBay, the platform, but again, no other site's going to overtake eBay anytime soon because of the name recognition that people just think of eBay when it's time to buy something online. And you have these new sites like Whatnot that pop up. They're a fad for a while, and then just the shine and the luster kind of goes away. And I'm not saying those sites don't do well and they're not successful, but they're not at the level of eBay. And I just don't see how they are going to be at that level. I think a lot of sellers are turned off of selling on Whatnot because the amount of buyers just aren't there. The traffic just isn't there to boost up the prices. So you start off an item at $2 on an auction, and while you may do well on some items, other items just don't really sell for more than that $2 or $1 or whatever it is. And a lot of it's just resellers that go on there and buy your stuff just so they can go back to eBay and take the time to sell it when you just wanted a quick list. And that works for a lot of sellers, don't get me wrong. But for my business model, I pick up a lot of stuff on the cheap, and I'm not really all that eager to let that stuff go, or a chance that it goes for like $1 or $2. And that's even before the fees. So for me, that's why I've never, even though I am registered, I've been registered for Whatnot to sell for quite some time, I've never done one of the auctions because, to be honest with you, I don't want to give away my merchandise. I want to build up my inventory so that I can get it up on eBay. And that's kind of goes against what I'm trying to accomplish, which is why I probably won't be using Whatnot, even though I can't say never. But at least with the type of items that I'm sourcing, what I'm doing, I'm probably not going to be dealing with Whatnot. Now, as far as the other platforms are concerned, you have your Etsy's for your collectibles, your maybe handmade goods, that type of thing, and other things too. But Poshmark, now they've opened up their inventory a little bit. It used to be just shoes and accessories and clothing, and now they do home appliances and things like that. Of course, Mercari, they're like an everything, sort of like an eBay, but on a much smaller level. And these are all sites that I think you should utilize if you're selling on eBay and you're trying to get more sales. Okay, you've done everything you can on eBay, and you're just not where you want to be with your sales. it's time to open up your inventory to these other platforms. While they don't have the same level of traffic, it's going to give you a few more sales here and there, like Bonanza. Even Bonanza, that's a real easy one. The only problem with Bonanza is looking at the account every day and not forgetting about it. But for the other ones, Mercari, Poshmark, Etsy, just cross-post your stuff, guys. Now, I don't care what tool you use. There's other tools out there other than the one I use. I use Prime Lister. The link is down below. It's a 14-day trial. You don't even ask for a credit card. I think they give you 100 listings to try out to see, if that's going to work for you. So you can move 100 items over to like Mercari or Poshmark and just see if it works for you. The cool thing is they have these tools, these automated tools that will send offers on those platforms, much like on eBay, whereas there is no automated bulk offer system in place on those platforms. So just something to consider. Check it out. Check out the link down below, as they sponsor the channel, and we get a little something if you actually do sign up. But it's really negligible, and to me, I'd rather you find a listing tool or a process that's going to work for you, regardless of who it is, to allow you to experience some of these other platforms and supplement your eBay experience. So I want to know what you think down below. Am I right or am I wrong about eBay? Now, I know I'm right about the current status as being really second to Amazon, but really for most sellers, it is the top dog website. But in 3, 4, 5 years, do you think something's going to come along and overtake eBay, and along with it, its market share, its traffic, right? Which is, to me, the most important aspect of any site you're selling on, is the amount of buyer traffic that's going to come and look and potentially buy your item. So I wanted to share with you guys something here. As you can see, there is no stack of shoes here anymore. I've got, my area is free of clutter here, and it's actually becoming cluttered in the sense that I'm starting to get a lot larger items. Like I've got this golf cart cover. It's new in the package. Got an RV dome light. Got a bunch of these calf massagers, and I've just got to go through and test them, and I'll be listing them here shortly. But I mean, I've been selling just random stuff, guys. I think that's a MacBook travel case for a Mac, not a MacBook, but a iMac computer. I've got Victrola. I just sold that one, the Victrola. I've got to get that out. Just a bunch of things, right? And in addition to a lot of the stuff that I continue to sell on the other account. And I got little of everything, hats. And here's my shoes, right? But most importantly, and I got some more stuff down there, but most importantly, guys, I have room, I have space, okay? So as I get more stuff in here, and I'm probably going to use this part down here where I had the stack of shoes. I'm going to probably use that as my staging area, okay? And then I can put it in that pile there, list it. Currently, we go over here, I have just stuff. We have a bunch of, we had a stack of clothes. We have to go through that and get that listed. But this is more storage of stuff we've listed here on this side. And you guys have seen this before, but just basic stuff that I've picked up. Here's more of those massagers, those foot massagers down here. Sorry about the bad camera work. And even got a Samsung pedestal for your washer dryer. Have that down there too. And of course, no tour of my garage would be complete without knowing that all these shoes that go from the top of my garage all the way down, those are all shoes there, and these totes are full of LPs. So you got all those totes full of LPs that I have to go through as well. So that's just a tour of my garage, at least my storage area. I turn around here and I have my area where I list the clothing when I want to do that. I put a white, it was like a mouse pad. It's a 60-inch mouse pad to cover this black desk. So I think that's going to be a little bit better as far as my photos are concerned. I'm still using the photo room tool to clear my background. And of course, here is our shipping area, shipping station. Got me a new scale with a nice little bright LED light, so I can move this thing around, and it holds up to 400 pounds, so I'm happy with that thing. And then waiting for some more bubble wrap to come in. We have the bubble wrap dispenser, and then I've got my television that we've moved, and to me it's in a perfect spot. Can listen to whoever I want to, or watch a game or whatever, and it's not going to really be in my way. So you know the drill. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, so when we do a live like we do every Monday and Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, you can be part of the action and part of the I think has been pretty fun Q&A and talking about reselling and things that you guys bring to the conversation. So looking forward to that, like I always do. The next one's going to be Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. In my opinion, it's probably best to just settle down for the long haul. If you are serious about making this work for your business, eBay is the place currently, and in my opinion, it's going to be the place here in the next year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And just settle in, prepare yourself for the long haul, try to grow on this platform, utilizing other platforms to supplement your sales if you're not quite happy with the sales you're getting. And but these are all decisions you have to make, and yet just another example of how sometimes flipping ain't easy. And I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your day, and we will talk to you very soon.